That was a little extra, as they say in the kids say these days.
First off, no noises, no talking until I introduce the show, boys. We're getting out of control. It is the Yeah Come On Show 185. I'm Southside Steve, your host. That's Brett Barney sipping where you
Delicious
can hear
Sprite.
It's Sprite. He's
Coke
drinking
products.
All right, Coca-Cola product, we'll take it. Brett Barney, my co-host for the Yeah Come On Show podcast, and our co-host, one, Geoff Cole, who is my co-host on my Fox FM, the Southside Ride. Go to the southsideride.com. Follow us. You'll learn more about him and his frustrations as the frustrated rock star. And Brett Barney, who works on several different radio programs, but one day will work with us. Then it'll be reversed, Geoff. Co-host on podcast, co-host on radio show, co-host on podcast, co-host on radio show.
I want to change my title. I want to be bro host.
Shut up.
Bro
No, I got
host.
You got in trouble for that.
I know.
last night, right?
Thank you. I've shared with the boys. I am a baseball coach. I am actually legitimately a great coach. Brett, who used to umpire for the younger kids, I am 6U, second place coach. And that's for local baseball. And my son, I'm an assistant coach there too for the little mini hitters. He's 3 years old. But we had our playoff game last night playing for first place. It was a night game. Due to the temperatures in Atlanta, they pushed the games back an hour from the AM games, which pushed us later. We didn't even start until 7:30. So we're under the lights and it's cold.
What time do they go to bed?
Thank you. And thank you.
I'm sorry. Like I know that's like a dumb question, and that's
I
somebody who
agree.
doesn't have kids.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought would you say 6?
Yeah.
What time does a 6-year-old go to bed?
6-year-old, you want to get him in the bath by 7, in bed by 8. That's
You're a
our
half
house.
hour already past this.
Oh, I know. My wife not happy.
Woo!
Wife not happy. So we did, they wanted to do a party afterwards. I go, it's going to be 40-something degrees. We're not doing a party afterwards. We're not doing a party at 9:30, getting home with our kids at 10:30. So we did the party at 6 before the game. So now we got sluggish kids because they've been eating pizza and nuggets. So what do? We gave them leftover Halloween candy to spike them before the game. Now, it was interesting. We get out there, and it's the playoffs, and it's difference between a first-place trophy and a second place, but there's 6. Does anybody, and we covered this, does anybody truly care about their trophies that they got as a kid by the time they're 16 or 17?
Yes.
Yes, I think we said yes. I still have mine somewhere in a box.
I've got all mine.
Yeah.
I've got all mine.
Yeah, we have the unaired episode that we don't know where it lives, where you and I were both naked in bathtubs. Not in the same bathtub. Remember, I was surrounded by every trophy I've ever won.
I don't know what happened in this episode, but we literally both agreed to do.
It was during the pandemic. We were very bored and tried to come up with creative ideas.
To sit in the tub with your trophies all around like a shot, like a
Well,
picture.
we said put whatever you want in your background. So I got in my bathtub and I had kids stuff, and I think I had some Yeah Come On stuff or hats or whatever. And I'm in a bathtub nude with some bubbles.
Yes.
And he gets in nude, and his backdrop is all these damn trophies.
Every trophy I've ever won.
Which
Boy
was,
Scouts to baseball to football to basketball to soccer.
so we may do a nude show, Geoff.
You know I'm comfortable with my body.
He is. Jeff will get nude, so am I. And so are you. You're looking
Yeah,
at
I've done
3
it
dudes
once.
that will get nude. No girl ever took my clothes off. You didn't have to undo my belt. I took my clothes off first every time.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's spin getting naked to going back to 6-year-olds.
We need a break on that. We need a break. Once again, the Yeah Come On Show. Get your legends at Yeah Come On Bourbon Whiskey. Go to spiritsusa.com. There's only a little left in that bottle. Jeff's going to finish it.
Was that what? Wait,
I'm drinking a Yeah Come On and Coke. So
that put
says
his
the
bottle
glass.
count?
Yeah Come On and Coke from Whiskey Wisdom Podcast. This was a gift from Whiskey Wisdom. Follow those guys. We like that podcast.
bottle count? Is that 2 or 3?
That is
That is 2.
number
Okay.
2.
Number 2. Number 2, this is the third one. And then we've got one up there. We're drinking, people. We're drinking! But I needed something to break it up. So now we'll go back into Little League Baseball. So basically, there's a coach. And there's 3 coaches, same on our team, in uniform. Then there's parents that get a little involved, and they run herd on the dugouts, so they're on the field, and they get a little boisterous. And we had a parent going off, and they had a parent going off. I'm third base coach. He's right behind me, and it was over. Basically, and Brett as an umpire, the kids sometimes are in the baseline, so the kid running won't mow over another kid, which you got to respect at 6. They go around them, and then when they get to the base, they might be tagged out. And you're like, if you'd have gotten here a second early, you'd have been safe, but he had to run around. So it was over obstruction, and they're saying, you're obstructed too. Don't act like you're doing it. It's not just our kids. And that's what the problem was, Brett. As an umpire, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I was going to say that's obstruction because first off, there's no such thing as a baseline until a tag is applied.
But the kids have to run straight,
No,
right? They can't run out of the baseline.
No, you can. There's no baseline. A baseline is created when a tag is applied. Now I'm just going by the rule book.
All right.
But, yeah. Okay, first off, the worst parents ever, the younger the kids, the worse the parents are. That's the rule of thumb. Here's the thing.
Why is that? Because nothing matters.
The parents are younger, so they have more energy. They all think their kids are going to be the next Chipper Jones. They all are seeing.
By the way, I saw Chipper Jones at the
scholarship.
ballpark because his kids play out there, but they're playing football.
Okay.
I'm like, not baseball.
I bet they're studs.
He goes, I got enough of that.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Parents at that age suck. They don't really know the rules. But at that point, who cares? You're trying to teach a kid to enjoy the game and know the fundamentals.
Well, I was told because I like to coach from the infield, and they allow you to do that during the season because they're 6. So I'm going, hey, Jeffrey, hey, Dominique, whatever, tag them and then throw to first. Jack will catch it. All right, Brooks, if you get the ball as the pitcher, turn and run to second, tag them. So you kind of set them up for what you think's about to happen, so they kind of got it in their head.
It's honestly more like chess when you have the coach versus the coach trying to, how do you put the kids, like, I don't think their kids are going to hit very well, so I'm putting my fastest kid that can ground the ball at pitcher so he can get the ball really fast and run it to first, Well, or the one kid that he can't really do much except catch. Well, he's going to first for sure, or maybe third. I don't know, depending on how people hit. So it's chess between two coaches to set up these little 6-year-olds in the best. That's the way I've always seen it, and that it stays that way until they hit about 10.
Did you do this at all with your son before? Did you try him in sports and he got over it?
Yeah,
because I know you deal with first and second chair on the viola.
Yeah. Well, those parents are way more civilized. Like,
my son should be in the first chair on the viola. He's better. He practices more. He has great tone.
I tried to get him into soccer early on, and he didn't take. I tried several sports
Well, how
over the years.
old? Because nobody takes it 3 or 4.
No,
they're all
it
running
was
around.
like,
picking
it's a big
days.
Ball, and they're all just kicking.
4 and 5 is about 4 or 5 starting to kind of to play, and then there was a place called Great Play that was like introducing sports to little kids. Like they would do a little bit of, kind of like an indoor gym, and they would do a little bit of everything. And he did that for a while, and just didn't take. He got into the academics and computers and gaming, all that stuff, and then he discovered viola. He's got a musical ear, so that's kind of
Jeff's
been
a
his path.
musician.
Yeah.
Brett and I are not.
I play guitar.
How well?
Not bad. I've been playing since I was 13.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. Show 186. They're bringing in their guitars, and I want a little something, something. And you know what? And I'll grab your guitar and show you what I know in about 40 seconds.
We're gonna have a good. Oh yeah, come on, guitar off.
It's a guitar off.
Okay.
I'm sure he'll be
Brought
better
to
than
you
me.
by Legends Yeah Come On Bourbon Whiskey, which means I don't have to mention them in the sponsors because I'm doing them during segment. Legends Yeah Come On Bourbon Whiskey. Go to Spirits USA. And I want to thank the guys again. I brought them up. Whiskey Wisdom. They have a great podcast about all bourbons, but they gave me these Yeah Come On and Coke glasses, and it says number 1 instead of number 7 because I beat Jack Daniels with this, which I loved, but this is better and cheaper. So that's one less sponsor, boys.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, so these kids were running around the bases.
They're running around the bases. There's obstruction. So I'm sitting there, and they calling out, and the guy's like, he wasn't out. Man, he was obstructed. And I'm like, hold on. And I looked at the dude. I said, we were obstructed last inning. He goes, whatever, and I shouldn't have gotten involved. And I'm on third base. I'm a coach. So it's the parent over at our dugout yelling to this guy standing behind me because I'm in front of the other team's dugout because I'm third base coach. And I'm just listening to it. And the refs, the umpires, who are I don't know how old you were when you did it.
13.
These kids are 14 to 16.
Yeah, that's normal.
They yanked him out of the park. Our guy. They said, "You got to go, sir."
Oh, they said.
Wait, your coach got ejected?
No, he wasn't a coach. He was a parent on the field watching the dugout. They go, "You need to go. You're not in uniform. You're not a coach. You need to get off
You're
the
obstructing."
field."
That's what he was doing.
Thank you. So then the other guy goes, "All right," and I go, "Dude, enough." He goes, "Look, don't even act like it's not happening. If it is, if you say it's not, you're a liar. I mean, don't be an idiot." And
So he called you a liar and an idiot?
Yeah. So then I turned to him. I go, "Hey, man, why don't you just shut up?"
Yeah.
Ooh.
For some reason, the word "shut up"
Wait.
freaks people out.
Was this across the field?
No, he's standing from me to our camera.
And is this a younger
He's
dad?
literally he's younger than me.
Like, can everybody hear you? Is he bigger than you?
I'm loud. He's bigger than me.
And you're a pretty big guy.
I'm a pretty big
Yeah.
guy, but he was overweight, a little overweight. And he was about 2 inches short, a little overweight, outweighed me probably about 80 pounds. And I just was like,
Isn't that like 3 bills?
and I'm in my turtleneck. I'd already done a workout yesterday, and I was feeling pretty,
Jack.
Thank you. So I turned, and then when he goes, "You can't tell me to shut up." I go, "I just did, dude. Shut up. They're 6 years old. Let it go. You're not even a coach. You're a parent. You need to shut your mouth and get off the field." Because my guy just got kicked off the field. He goes, "Look." And then I just addressed him, which means I walked up. So now I'm standing this close to him.
Oh, you guys are fake. Are you going hat bill to hat bill?
Yeah.
Oh.
I wasn't even wearing a hat, because this hat, the Yeah Come On hat that you can get at yeahcomeon.com, this is called the Richardson. And the Richardson 112 is the greatest lid ever made. And that's why these are. Now, this one's got a patch on it. It's going to cost you a little more. But all I'm telling you guys, the hats we wear are fitted, and I get this red mark on my forehead, and I get a headache from the damn thing. So last night, I just wasn't wearing my lid. So he's wearing a hat, and I'm in him. And I got about to his brim. And I'm like, faced off. And he goes, "What? What are you doing? What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" I said, "I'm not going to do anything. You just need to shut up, and you need to go." And I said it this far from his face.
What'd he say?
He just was like, you could tell it freaked him out a little bit. And I was like, "If you hit me, I'm going to hit you. But let's please not do this. I'm not going to throw a punch. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not even going to push him." But I had my hands at my side. So then the other coach comes down, and everybody gets in between us. That's the scene. Thank God my wife was taking our littlest one to the bathroom. Yes. I looked up. Did Amanda see
So
this?
she didn't see any of this?
I got away with it.
Yeah, you got lucky.
I got
there.
lucky.
But when she got back, was every other parent like, "Oh, you should have
somebody just
seen
said-
your husband"?
Yeah, like 2 or 3 of them. She
Oh,
goes, "What did you
shit.
do? What did you do?" And so then I had to testify at the end of the game. So Amanda was mad at me on the way home. She didn't talk to me. She goes, the last thing she said to me was, "You don't have to stoop to their level." She goes, "Just because somebody is acting like a fool, you don't have to be a fool too. Our kids are watching. All the kids are watching." And she's right. She goes, "Be an adult. Use your mind. Don't act like a kid and go off your emotions."
Well, she never played sports.
Thank
That's
you.
all.
You never played sports. You were a cheerleader. You wore too much makeup, and you won 2 state championships. You never suffered. But
Yeah,
yes.
exercising is not a sport.
No.
you know?
So I went off on the dude, and then the other coach comes out, and he's telling. So now the head of baseball comes down, and I love this guy. He went on my Rickman Great House golf tournament. And he's just a cool dude, but he runs the league, and I got to respect him. So he comes down. "You're an assistant coach. You're an assistant coach. You're parents. All parents off the field. Only coaches on the field. The only people that are allowed to talk to each other or to the umpires are the head coaches. Assistant coaches, you cannot talk to the umpires." Taking up for your guys.
No, yeah, it's actually only the head coach is allowed to talk to umpires.
Right. Well, I do it
By
because
rule.
of my
Well, at that age
personality.
group, yeah, like you.
I love those
Everybody's
kids.
working together to help. The
I love
kids
those
get
umpires. I
better,
hug it out
yeah?
with them all the time, and I make jokes. $5, dude, if we win. Cheers. I do silly things just to make them laugh, and they like me, and they're cool. And their parents are telling them, "That's Southside Steve." Notice how I use an older voice. But, so we're sitting there, and I'm like, "Oh man, this has gotten out of effing control." So then we have a powwow to settle everybody down, because now two little instances have been broken up, and the head guy goes, "Enough." So they're not to the calling the police level, but he goes, "This guy," and he's pointing at me, the coach, who was cool with me 10 minutes prior. He goes, he threatened one of my parents. He threatened him. You can't threaten somebody. Why is he even on the field? And I looked at him and I did the same thing. I said, shut up. Nobody likes being told to shut up.
And he came back with a zip it.
He goes, you can't say that to me. You can't talk to me like that. His exact words. I went, shut up. So then everybody's like, enough. So at the end of the game, when you're hanging it out, the dude that I yelled out that I got face to face with comes up. We're not ending like that, bro. So we hugged it out like two kids after a fight. The other coach that I told to shut up, who's a little intense, he shook everybody's hand and turned his back on me. He wouldn't shake my hand.
Oh, really?
It was like that. We lost. We got second place, which is way cool. Our kids got pounded in the last inning. These dudes rocketed the ball, and their parents were going off. And it got a little ugly. So I had to defuse it by showing no emotion. I had to love on the kids. It's okay. It's okay. I had a couple kids that get what's happening that are crying. My son's all good. He's like, Daddy. He goes, are we going to get a trophy? I said, yeah, you're going to get a trophy. It's going to be smaller than theirs. And that's the other thing. You do the trophy ceremony. And we did that. And my coach spoke very highly and was nice. But it was just way too competitive. I don't know what it is about 6U baseball.
Oh, so that's it? Season's over?
Season's over. I'm done. Now I have to coach basketball, but I do that in kind of a religious deal. It's called up sports or upward sports. Upward,
windward?
Yeah. We're doing it in Alpharetta. So I have to do a background check. I have to do a coaches meeting, and I have to take a test showing I'm a good person, just like I had to do in corporate radio, where you watch 45 minutes of video and you take a 15-minute test that you have to pass.
So that's honestly what I was thinking when you said the guy came down. It's like the parents need to be off the field. It's like most of those places, all the coaches have to be background checked. So you don't want parents because you haven't ran background checks. They're just parents.
Yeah, you don't know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, and it can. Like my brother coaches 6-year-old baseball as well down in Florida, and with my nephew, and like he has to sit through classes. You know, do you see signs of maybe something going on at home, or that you have to possibly report, or things along the lines of that?
Tough. Yeah, you don't want crazy out there. Nobody frisk anybody. You hope nothing like that.
I mean, it's just a
happens.
CYA for the the ballpark. Cover your ass in case anything's happening. But
yeah. I mean, that's the thing you missed out on. I mean, did anything get intense at orchestras?
No, but I did have, I did sort of be the assistant Cub Scout leader for our pack. So I did have to do a little bit of that training for the Cub Scouts because he did do Cub Scouts until he was about 10 or 11.
And it's a thing now. Adults before.
Was this pre or post Boy Scout scandal?
Well, it was during.
I'm curious.
I'm an Eagle Scout, Troop 909, Jonesboro, Georgia, March 1983.
It was before it all came out just recently, but of course, the documentary on Netflix has been going on for forever.
Decades, yeah.
And I never saw any of that, dude. We had like a special forces guy that was one of our assistant scoutmasters, or it was my dad, or it was like two other gentlemen that I know their sons, and I still see them. Matter of fact, two of them came to Noonan when I did my liquor store promotion a couple weeks back, and we're all still buddies. So I lucked up. I didn't have that weirdness, but obviously it must have existed.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't see it.
So would you guys bring other parents in to help with Cub Scouts, or did everybody have to go through that training?
No, just the leaders, whoever was going to be in a leader. But they did institute the I forgot it. You couldn't be alone with the scout unless it was your son. Like you were never allowed to if you were out on a camping trip or whatever, you couldn't as a scoutmaster or as you couldn't be alone with someone in your pack unless it was your own. You had to at least have two scout leaders, present. You see what I'm saying? So you could never be left alone with any one.
I think that's a pretty
scout.
fair rule.
Yeah.
I agree with it.
Yeah.
I agree with it.
But they were very stringent about that, and that was relatively new when I was.
That's a new
doing
rule.
it. Yeah.
I was alone with other parents, and usually or other scout leaders, usually because I was in trouble. But no weirdness. The last thing I would have ever thought was an adult messing with me in that manner. And I was an altar boy a little bit, and I was a Catholic when I grew up in a Catholic church, and I spent the night at the rectory. Matter of fact, the day you want a funny story. The day Elvis died, the morning, that's the night I'd spent at the rectory. So I'm with Father John, Father Paul, Father Anthony. They're all in their own rooms, and I'm in the guest room. But you eat with the priest, you talk with the priest, and then you go to the bedroom.
Were there any other kids?
No, just me.
That's weird as hell, dude. I was
Is
an
it?
altar boy too.
Is it?
we
But
didn't do any of that
nothing
stuff.
happened. Nothing happened.
So you dodged 2 bullets with
I
the Catholic
guess.
Church and the Scouts.
Or
Or he just doesn't remember them.
let's go worst case scenario, and this is hypothetical. If somebody had bad morals and was a bad person, they knew I was the type of kid that would talk, fight back, and run my mouth. I was a run your mouth kid. So there is none of this. Don't tell your parent. I would have shouted, dude, you mess with me, touch me. I would have told anybody and everybody.
Well, that's what they say of the predators like that. They know who
they can figure out who that kid is.
Who's going to get away with and not.
I had a mouth on me my whole life. It's what got me in trouble.
Probably what ended you up sleeping alone in the church.
I did.
Did you see the mouth on that one?
Nice.
Oh,
Cut.
he finally gets
Cut.
the joke.
Cut. I mean, cut. This is. Yeah, come on, show. Yeah, come on, show.
Dude, that's the way.
This is 185. It's going down in
That's
history.
a weird story, bro.
It's a true story. And then my mom comes in. She goes, "You hear Elvis died?" I went, "No," because I had just watched years prior the 1973 Elvis in Honolulu concert.
Oh, the live in Honolulu,
show.
yeah.
So the whole family. It was a summer concert in Hawaii. I'm in the front yard, the garden hose, and let me tell you what kids did in the 70s. And this is going to blow your mind. Look at some Tom Jones videos.
Oh yeah.
With the mic cord.
Oh, yeah.
And him dancing and doing his thing and throwing the cord around. Every kid imitated Tom Jones with the garden hose. You sang into the hose and you whipped it the same way he whipped his mic cord. So I was out doing some Tom Jones, went inside to go to the bathroom, and the TV was on and Elvis was on. So I just sat down and literally for 45 minutes I watched that concert. And I always remembered it, and I became a huge fan. So when he died, it was actually a thing. I was sad.
Is that
I was
the-
I was only 12 years old.
Is that the biggest celebrity death in your life?
Well, Michael Jackson would be.
That's what I was wondering. if
That would be
would've
the
been-
next one. You know, my
Michael, but you know what bothered me the most? I'll tell you, Diana and
Ooh.
JFK Jr. JFK Jr. hit me the hardest. Just
Really?
because I was into the Camelot thing. And I'm a Republican, but I think I would have voted for the Kennedys all damn day.
Well, there's conspiracy theories that he didn't. It wasn't an accident, the plane crash in JFK Jr. That it was something they were afraid he was going to eventually run for president and win. So that's just out there. That's just another conspiracy theory.
Well, how would they did something to the plane to make
Something
it
like that, yeah, like
malfunction?
something like that. So
It wasn't
so
hit
he,
with a missile
so
or
he
anything.
wouldn't. No, but I'm just saying there's
It's not the
conspiracy
Pentagon.
theories about that. My first memory of life is the day Elvis died. Not because
That's the day I spent the night at the rectory with three priests.
That's what I'm saying. That was a big day, but I don't remember it because Elvis dying. I remember it was hailing. It was the first time I saw hail. I was living in Athens, and
Mama, why's the rain frozen?
I was like, it was like these big chunks of
Why are rocks falling
these
out of
big.
the sky?
It was
Mama, is God mad at us? What did we do to upset Mother Nature?
there were
It hurt.
big chunks of ice coming down. I just remember that day. It was like a bad storm in Athens, and that's my first memory. And later on, I found out that was the day Elvis died. So my first memory is the day Elvis died.
Wait,
I was
so
3
your
years
first
old.
time you saw hail was more important than Elvis's death?
I didn't know who Elvis was. I was only 3, but I remember.
Okay, that actually makes sense. Then. That's
I
fair.
remember the hail. That's why I remember this day. I didn't remember Elvis dying, but my mom has told me since then. Oh, it was that big storm. We had a hailstorm. That was the day Elvis died. So it's my first memory of life.
That was summer hell.
Yeah, summer hail.
Who was the first celebrity death for you that you were like, damn?
That hurt.
Oh,
That
God,
hurt
that's a good
real
question.
bad.
Mine was Bernie Mac. I think we've talked about that.
Oh, really?
That's odd, isn't it?
That was because I was just driving down the street. I just remember, like, he's one of the deaths I'll always remember. 'Cause
I like
I
him.
loved Bernie Mac.
he was a great actor, man. He's
I
funny.
liked his show. I liked him in movies. I liked some of his comedy, even though I probably wasn't his audience. I don't know.
I say the one
got
that
me.
affected you is where you're glued to the TV, and it's always been CNN.
Or-
Now I'd be glued to Fox, but I'm just saying back then it was CNN. I remember watching CNN on Princess Diana and JFK Jr. for like 2 days straight on everything, all the coverage. I couldn't get away from it. So I would say those two.
I
for
say
me.
I say it is defined as you remember where you were when you
When
heard
you
the
heard?
news.
All right, then
that's
then-
like
Diana for
Bernie
sure.
Mac would be the first one I remember where I was.
All right, then I would go.
It could
I'd
also
go
be because I was
Elvis.
becoming an
I
adult.
got to go Elvis.
Well, for me, it would be Diana because I remember I was at the Buckhead Billiards. I just remember I was at the Buckhead Billiards. It was Labor Day weekend, 1997, and it was a Saturday night, and I was at the Buckhead Billiards. So I
Buckhead
remember where I
Billiards
was.
is not the place. This is why Geoff didn't get laid a lot, because Geoff was at Buckhead Billiards. Because I know Buckhead like the back of my hand, and Buckhead Billiards is the last place you want to go to meet a chick.
I've never even heard of Buckhead Billiards.
It was a thing. It was a location.
What is it?
I
Is
used
this
to-
a pool hall?
Pool hall. You just shot pool there. I used to go there all the time too.
It's not
But
there
I went
anymore,
there
but-
with my dude friends, not trying to get laid.
Yeah.
Or I brought a girl in.
Yeah, same with Geoff.
No, but
Yeah.
did you bring a girl in, or were you just with your dude?
I think I was with a girl that I really liked, but she didn't like me. I had a lot of this in the 90s, this unrequited love. Like I would find a girl I really liked and just
Friend zone the shit out of it.
Yeah, 100% friend zone, never nothing.
That is awesome. That is awesome that you can say that.
so good.
That is so good. Cheers. This is what we're talking about, people.
Geoff is opening up today.
Geoff is. And by the way, I've gone long, so I'm going to do our sponsors and get out. But Geoff, you've really opened up. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Because this is very revealing and honest, and it's lovable.
Well, we'll do it like an onion. We'll peel it back since I'm still kind of the new guy. You'll get to know more and more, just like you have on the Southside ride. We'll do more and more, and I'll get a little more intimate. And here I feel there's a little more freedom to really get intimate if you really want to. I don't know what that means, but I'm just saying I feel like we have a little
Help,
freedom
I
here.
need a safe word. I need security. Security. It's going to get weird in here. You've watched the weirdness. Spread the word, man. We dig followers. You're never going to have to pay to watch this, but we wouldn't mind getting a little cheddar out of YouTube, so numbers matter. Spread the word, whether you watch us on YouTube or whether you listen wherever you get a podcast. It is the Yeah Come On Show. It is show 185. We do show once a week. We've skipped a few weeks. We've been doing this for a minute, haven't we, Brett Barney? 4 years?
Yeah.
Geoff's-
It's like 4.5 now.
4.5. Jeff's on show 3.
No, this is
Four,
like,
This is like
Five.
5, 6.
Five.
Yeah.
It just felt.
I will
me.
say this: my friends have all said that they really enjoy you being on the show now.
Oh, good.
I've got a lot of buddies that are hitting me up saying good things about you.
All right, Tevin Brando. Nobody gives a shit.
He's always got to diss somebody in radio on every show. It was Larry Wax a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it is.
and it
Barnes-
was Barnes and Leslie last week.
I went after Barnes and Leslie. Now I
So watch out.
every Yeah Come On show, I will go after somebody in the business. Somebody. And trust me, they all deserve it one way or another. Evan, I'm just kidding. But you know what, Evan, your biggest problem is you're extremely creative, but nobody can count on you.
Wow.
I'm kidding. Not really.
Sponsors.
Sponsored. I know that was Evan. I'm just trying to help you be a better you because you're a very creative individual. Is that nice?
That's nice.
That was nice. Sponsors, I want to thank circle285.com. That's where you go for all your insurance needs. All you got to do is enter your information on the website. They'll come back to you and give you a quote. They go to the 25 top providers. They're going to save you money and get you probably better insurance. If they can't beat it, they won't. They'll tell you to stay with your provider. Also, I want to thank David Markwell. Dr. David Markwell, love you. He is the counselor of all counselors. He's in Marietta. He's in Blue Ridge. And all you have to do is go to markwelltherapy.com. That's markwelltherapy.com. You can go in person. You can Zoom. He'll do whatever's most comfortable for you, obviously. But I've been in the waiting room. I did marriage counseling with him. I've seen young kids. I've seen teenagers. And I've seen elderly people. Mental clarity is the greatest gift in the world. It's a messed up world, and if you're dealing with something, get rid of it, and this is the guy to help you. Also, we want to thank Legend Yeah Come On Bourbon Whiskey. I'll give it a quickie because I talked about it in segment. And lastly, joebees.com. Bee pollen, it's the ultimate vitamin. Go to joebees.com, and he does a special. You get a 6-month supply. He'll give you the 7th month free. Tell them you heard it on the Yeah Come On show. And IR Med Centers. Can't thank you enough. Stephen Reardon, irmedcenters.com. He can help you. And it's okay to say, if you've got erectile dysfunction, one shot cures it all. I can tell you taking the blue pills over time causes more damage than you know. A lot of it's scar tissue issues from spending private time, not getting too deep on that.
I fall into that category.
Private time, man. But it's okay. Geoff, it's okay. But you can build scar tissue. That could be an issue, but you got to go see him to figure it out. but he is helping a lot with weight loss, and that drug is the biggest drug out there, Ozempic.
Ozempic.
We're jamming. But the fact is, it's $600, $700, and $800 at most doctors. Right now, he has a special through the end of the year, $249. That's it for one shot a week, which will take 30 to 60 pounds off you. Guaranteed, 100%. There is no 99%. It's 100%. So go to irmedcenters.com. For all your issues, even if you have surgical joint issues and somebody's recommending surgery, there's ways around that as well. Those are our sponsors, proud sponsors. We love you more than you know on the Come On Show. Now it's time for Brett Barney, our co-host, to finish us off.
All right, guys. Taylor Swift fans. You guys ever heard of Taylor Swift maybe once or twice in your life?
No, doesn't she date Kelsey with the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah, Jason. Or no, Travis.
Travis, not the other one who plays for the Eagles.
I wish there was a third Kelsey, and he was just like
A coach.
Yeah, no, he was like
a trainer.
He was the Cooper Manning, you know.
Oh yeah, the guy that can't make it.
Yeah,
in the
the one
NFL.
that didn't make it.
Let me tell you right now, cheers to you, Cooper Manning. I'm glad you brought that up. Your two brothers won Super Bowls. You didn't do anything, and I hope you're smart.
He did. He's like a gajillionaire.
Wait, so he's like
he's richer than his brother?
Is he like the Andy Gibb of the Mannings?
Who's Andy Gibb?
Andy Gibb?
Yeah, I knew he was going to say that. That would only be
I know Jameer Gibbs.
Help him. The Bee Gees?
The Bee Gees are the Gibb brothers, and they had a younger brother, Andy Gibb, that was sort of less successful than his older brothers.
But he's the one that dated in real life Victoria Principal.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was a legend.
He was hitting it.
Yeah.
Cocaine.
And he had some hits too, but they were produced and written by his brothers.
How about this? Cooper Manning, he did not do it. Now, first, he's also Arch Manning's dad.
Archie Manning for the Saints and the Falcons used to beat up on him, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I apologize, Archie.
Arch is the grandson who's like the highest NIL deal. Then he plays for Texas. He's like the third string quarterback. He's a freshman there.
Damn.
So,
who was his father?
His father's Cooper.
Cooper, okay.
Who was supposed to be in the NFL, but then he got like hit or something. I want to say like one of his kidneys had to be removed, and they said he couldn't play football ever again. But he was supposed to be the best of all of them.
All right, Cooper, if you were the best and and you're a joke to a lot of people, it's not nice. We're going to give you what we gave to Evan Brando, former co-host, now Geoff Cole. You sit forever in that seat. We're going to give him a second. This is to Cooper Manning. Okay.
Anyone want to guess his net worth?
And can we do it for Andy Gibb too?
You know what? I loved you, Andy, and you went too quick for Andy Gibb. Okay.
Anyone want to guess Cooper Manning's net worth? He's an American energy trader.
$220 million.
Okay, it's not that much. That's like Peyton Manning.
126.
$13 million. Not bad.
$13 million, you never have to work again.
Yeah.
Right?
That's not bad.
That's $500,000 in interest.
For him just being an average person like us, except he has the Manning last name.
It may have opened some doors, but you got to compete.
Like, that's a boat and 2 jet skis.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That keeps you happy.
And it's a 4-car garage. And they got that. You know what? When you got that much money.
With cars.
You know what I want? I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys so you know. My wife knows this about me. I want the house where you got the house and you got the garage around back. And you got like a little man room, which is where we would do this podcast or something. You know how you drive under it? It's like a little like it's like a little roof you drive under, and you can stop your car when it's raining and unload your groceries, and you don't get wet, and then you drive around back and park. That's the house I want.
Oh, where there's like a level up top, like that kind of goes over that connects the two.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hallway into like a game room or
That's
something.
That's what I want. That's what I want. I don't. I need to know what's your want. I need to know.
2 chicks at the same time.
What's your want?
I would like a 2-car garage that actually fits 2 cars. I don't think you have this problem, but I don't know if cars have gotten bigger or garages have gotten smaller.
They're a joke.
Yeah, I got kicked out because my wife got a Tahoe, and it cannot fit a Tahoe in another car, our garage. Even though it's a 2-car garage, you cannot fit a Tahoe and something else.
And Geoff drives a little 2-seater sports car. And that's a shame.
And it's tiny. I can't even fit that in there. That's what I'm saying.
Damn it.
So I just want a 2-car garage that will fit 2 cars.
All I want is interest rates to go down. so I can buy a house.
I love this.
Like realistically, like outside the 2 chicks at the same time was obviously the Office Space joke.
Oh yeah, we would do that. Yeah, that's my go-to as well.
It's a great response to anything. Yeah. What do you want? 2 chicks at the same time.
Oh look, Brian Finneran just sent us a message from a Falcons game. Only love, brother.
Well, y'all ready for a little finish me off?
Yes.
Then?
Oh wait, hold on. P.S. We love your wife too. She's in the picture. P.S. I'll just do a voice. We love your wife too. She's beautiful, but so are you.
Boobs. I got boobs in there.
Shit.
I got boobs in there. I got boobs in there.
I hate when you do that.
Yeah, my wife gets pissed when she's doing the voice to text, and I'll just be talking, and because I talk loud, like it'll pick up everything I say. It's like, shut up.
Wait, we love your wife too. She's beautiful, but so are you. All right, cool. All right, go ahead. Now we know why Brian wasn't on the show. Now it's about you and Chris Medlin and Peter Moreland. All we're trying to do is get you on the show, damn it.
Taylor Swift fans in Argentina have camped out in tents for blank in order to be front row at the Eras Tour. So this is how long have these people been camped out in tents?
What they think it's the Omni and this Van Halen tickets 1984. That's what they do in Argentina.
Yeah,
Where's Peter Conlon? Is he not? He needs to organize this a little better in Argentina.
Yeah, this is Argentina. So maybe that is, general admission the entire.
Maybe.
I doubt it though. Taylor's the one selling those tickets.
They're waiting for 2 weeks.
I'm obviously, because it's a news story, I'm going to go longer. I'm going to say a month.
5 months.
5 months?
How?
Don't they have something else to do?
You just don't have a damn thing going on.
Yeah.
Or are you allowed to? You got your spot in line. Can you leave and have somebody cover your spot, or do you? Have to
I would
stay
think
there?
you could rotate.
If you rotate, it makes a little
Well,
sense.
you can't have a job.
No.
Well, if you work from home and you have a hotspot on your phone.
Well, if you don't have a job, how are you affording Taylor Swift tickets? I mean, I'm sure that
camping out for 5 months in the front row.
That's so nuts. That's so stupid. It really is. I camped out for concert tickets, but it was one night.
Yeah. And then we got the tail end of that.
Yeah.
Who would be the one that you'd camp out for? Well, shit, your Journey. I already know you.
Journey.
Van Halen.
If alive, Hendrix
Steve,
or
and by
Stevie
the way,
Ray Vaughan.
By the way, it would have to be Steve Perry back with Journey for me to camp out.
Yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan probably be, or Hendrix.
All right, and yours would have to be, who would you take back as Van Halen lead
Sammy.
singer? Sammy?
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm with the Van Hagar there.
Sam Hagar? Van Hagar? All right.
Grubhub driver claims delivering cup of blank instead of milkshake was an accident.
Cup of cum.
Jeez, I bring him on the show. It's his 6th show, and he talked about a cum. It's a cup of semen. Who says that?
It's the real whipped cream on top.
Jeez. A cup of cottage cheese.
A cup of urine.
Damn it.
I'm guessing the guy who had a pee cup in the car and accidentally delivered the pee cup instead of the real cup.
Oh, yeah. I can see that happening.
Do you know how long it would take to fill up a cup? Have you ever even been to the sperm bank?
It would take a while.
It would take a month.
Did you ever do that? Donate sperm?
I never donated it because I'm not going to allow there to be a child looking like me that I don't raise. So no, hell no. But I got my sperm tested to see if I had swimmers, which means I went into the place where you do that, and I did have to ejaculate to see if I had swimmers, and I did.
Yeah. This is before you tried to get
Before
pregnant?
my wife, yes.
All right, DoorDash, this final one. DoorDash now warns you that your food might get cold if DoorDash warns that your
I know
food
what this
might get
is.
cold.
If you don't tip first and tip a big amount.
Damn right.
Yes.
And I was going to ask this. How much do you guys usually, I don't know if you guys even use it. I like Uber Eats.
My wife will do
Every
it,
now
but
and
she's
again.
doing 20%.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And so they get the fee, plus you give them the 20%. I think that's fair.
That's it.
Yeah. That's what it should be.
But-
I don't believe in it. I believe in tipping, but I just don't believe in the whole DoorDash service.
But think about this. If you're, and I understand you not believing in it, but if you really wanted something, Geoff, quickly, and you wanted it fast, you could do an absorbent, just go like $30 tip on an $18 item. And I'm going to tell you, Brett will agree.
Oh, yeah.
They'll fight to get that to you, and you'll get it ASAP.
So because I've never done it before. So you tip before they go pick it up.
Yes,
So they see that. So that's why they know right away.
Yeah, they know exactly.
They know what they're going to get. So that's
and
why
they
they'll
pick
hustle.
and choose whether they want it or not.
Like an Uber ride, I guess.
Yeah.
So so if you really want fastest, if you tip big, it's going to happen. Okay.
Yeah, like I remember one time we were throwing a pool party. This is probably 10 years ago, I feel like at this point, and we were running low on beer. So we ordered beer and then we got a party tray of nuggets from Chick-fil-A.
Hell yeah.
Dude, we threw extra cash in on that, and we even said, "Hey, we'll throw you another 20 if you get here." Dude, we had that stuff like this.
And
I probably should have snapped that close to the microphone.
That's rock star. And we'll finish this. Let me tell you, I did this. This would have been 89, 90. No, hold on. It's later than that because I was on the radio. So it was about 95, 96. I said, I'll mention you. I got a Papa John's guy, and we didn't want to get off the couch. And I made a joke. I said, we won't have to lift a finger. I said, I will tip you, talk about you on the radio, and I need you to stop. And I gave him my number at Blockbuster. And they wouldn't do it. So I said, put it on your Blockbuster account. I promise you I'll pay you for it and I'll return it on time. You can trust me. And the dude did it. And he went and he had our pizzas, went to Blockbuster, called us, told us what videos were there. And guess what? He was doing the call on a damn handheld phone. And we told him the 2 movies we wanted. He brought the movies in. He knocked on the door. The door was unlocked. We asked him to come on in. I got him to literally load the machine, push the tape in, and we gave him cash. I gave him $25.
And did you mention it on the radio?
I mentioned it on the radio. I called Alan Ayo, who was on nights at 96 Rock, and I put the guy on the radio and said, you can request a song. And Alan owed me a favor. So I put him on the radio, gave him $25, brought my pizzas to me, and pushed in the tape, and I never had to get off the couch.
And so you benefited from getting it mentioned on the radio. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm not Geoff Cole. My name's Mike Domenico, and I'm from the FCC.
Yeah, I was gonna.
You're under arrest for payola.
Look,
You're under arrest for payola.
Guilty
We've
is
been looking for you
charged.
for 30 years.
Guilty is charged. And we end it there. This is the Yeah Come On Show, show 186. I'm Southside Steve. That's Brett Barney. That's Geoff Cole. Thank you for listening. Tell others to please listen too, whether you watch us on YouTube or wherever you get your, what are they called again?
Fine podcasts.
Podcast, which again is fantasy radio. Cheers.